Boy, okay, friends. Well, I don't know. I was I was hiding under the bed for a while, listening, shivering in fear over all the economic stuff we're hearing on the news. Holy mackerel, tariffs and stuff. Gosh, I don't even know. No, not necessarily sure if I even know what a doggone tariff is, but it sounds scary to me. And the it sounds like I guess what prices will probably be going up. Um, but wages may not, I guess. Or will wages go up with prices? I, you got me. I have absolutely no idea. Chances are, too, the people doing all this stuff don't have much of an idea on it either, I guess. You just have to wait and see. Oh, but I know it'll be, well, I work in a supermarket. I'll keep my eyes on things, see what stuff might be going up, what might not be. I, I'm thinking people are going to the stores that are known for not necessarily having the cheapest prices are probably not going to sell as much. The stores that, the Walmarts and such and the bargain stores will probably do very well. But then again, they might find it hard to get a hold of stuff to sell as well. I mean, they may not, there may be lines like, ooh, stretching from here to Algiers, waiting in line to check out. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I don't know if it's going to be fun, but it's definitely going to be a sight to, something to tell your grandchildren about. Oh, I don't know. Then again, maybe all these different economic plans that people are doing are going to be going to make everything just right. Ish. But you got me. You got me. I know if I got $10 in my pocket, I got then $10 to spend. One thing, if it were up to me, or at least in my opinion, would be that credit cards are tough because the interest on those credit cards is just insane. And you if you spend them too much, next thing you know, you've really got a real debt on your hands that's very, very hard to get rid of. Sandy and I now, I'd say for the past 6 months or so, I may have done a video on this back a ways. We just stopped using the credit cards. They're in our wallet just in case there's some hideous emergency that has to be paid for. But so far, I'd say over the past 6 months, we haven't used the darn things. And it makes the balance go down and thus the payment a little less. But we've got a long way to go before we're into the light of day, shall we say. It's, you got to watch those babies. Man, they really add up on you. And in a lot of cases, it's from buying things that honestly you could wait a week or two for them. You don't necessarily have to go bang right on the, you know, you decide you want something, now grab the card and run out to the store. You might actually be able to save uh, for an item you want. It'll be there when when your money's up to when your cash, the actual cash in your wallet, is in the wallet instead of the card. And because man, you if you take a look at what your interest is, oh, whoa. So I don't know. Interesting times coming up, and interesting times don't necessarily mean a good time. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Again, I'm not even close to being a a financial wizard, man, that's for sure. But well, we'll see what we can do. I think getting the debts down. This might be a good time to do that. Make soup. Sandy's been making all these different relatively easy things. She gets like a chicken breast, cuts it up, mixes it with a bunch of other stuff, and and pour that over rice. And frankly, it ain't too bad. Spaghetti. Spaghetti's pretty cheap, and you can make a nice pot of sauce. And you know what I used to do? I used to add to the sauce. Like, okay, you got tomatoes, you got a big pot of tomato sauce, and maybe it's got peppers, onions, and okay, so you eat that for a while. You throw in a little more as it gets low, and as the pot gets low, you add some more tomatoes, and maybe this time you saute some celery and onions and throw that in, or maybe a hot pepper, and like that. And you just keep adding. Yeah, it's like a spaghetti pot, and it winds up. You just keep it full. Pasta's cheap enough, and filling, and relatively good for you, I guess. And there you are. And you can go quite a while. Maybe add a little salad to that, or some nice French bread, Italian bread, what have you, and voila. It's a good way to keep the food bill down. Boy, as far as other things go, if it's cold outside, you got to run the boiler. If the car's if you got to get to work, you got to put gas in the tank. It's, yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting, an interesting few months coming up, I think. The best thing to do is to just whatever you can think of to cut back on the buying, so much the better. And maybe that'll help. Maybe that'll convince some of the people to lower their store prices somewhat. Then again, maybe they can't. It'll be uh, it'll be interesting to see how the supermarkets hold up, and the Walmart type stores, how they hang in there. It's going to be interesting times. Notice I didn't say good times, just interesting. We'll see. Well, bon appetit, and good luck with all this financial rigmarole going on. That's going to be, like I said, going to be interesting. As long as there's coffee. I don't even care if it's crummy coffee, just coffee. I don't need a $50 a pound coffee, I don't suppose. I'm happy with just about anything. As long as it's sort of brown and I got some creamer to throw in there, I'm pretty much happy. Oh, Lord have mercy. We'll see you later. God bless, friends, and watch those pennies. They're going to count. They're going to count. You know what I do too? It's kind of interesting. At the end of the day, I search in my pocket for any loose change, and I throw it in a tin. I don't have one here handy to show you, but I do that, and you'd be surprised by the end of a month or two, there's quite a bit of money in there, and sometimes you can take that, and maybe that's the money you go out with the family to buy a pizza. Yeah, you all sit around, well, pizza hot off the oven, yes sir, hot out of the oven rather. Voila, not bad. Anyway, I'll see you later. God bless.